Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So today's video is going to be a walkthrough of a Whistle and Birch planner. I know I've done one of these before, but some of them have changed. So I'd love to show you the updated version. So let's get to it. Okay, so I got one of these last year to have a bit of a play with, which I ended up giving away. This one's been made for me and is something I'm going to try and use a little bit like I did my decoration in my hobo. I'm going to try and do decoration in here a little bit more often so you guys can see different ways to use kits, or that you can buy one kit and use it in two different places, things like that. But I'm going to do a full walkthrough of this gorgeous planner, which is absolutely stunning, before we sort of get into those kind of decorations, because I'm going to start doing them in the next couple of weeks. So this is a Whistle and Birch. This is the classic sized weekly planner, and it's got 12 months plus the perpetual monthly calendar. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got a lot of detail, so I'm going to try and go through this as easily as I can. So it is 110 GSM paper. That's the first thing, which is so important. So super smooth, which is something I think is really important, is that the paper actually feels really nice. And then it's all put together with this 25mm metal spiral coil. You can get a bigger coil if you want one. If you're someone that is going to use a lot of stickers and is going to make this really bulky, you can get a bigger coil, which might help you out. So I'm going to walk through this. I'm going to give as much information as I can along the way. So we start off with this little intro page. This cover is completely customizable. There are so many different designs. I chose the blue because I love blue and I love polka dots, and obviously I've got my name on the front, but you could just not have your name on the front, or you could just have decoration. It's whatever you feel like having. So then we've got a notes section sort of in this first bit. This would actually be a really good place to put like a public holiday thing, or maybe a birthday sheet or something like that. And you can customize these kind of things. So if you do want to change something that's in here, just have to talk to Steph and she can sort most of the things out. So what I really love about the Whistle and Birches is that it comes with this cute kind of not decoration, but kind of prompts on the front of some of the of the month tabs. Not all of them. Some of them have quotes, some of them have these kind of bucket lists. So this is your summer bucket list, which I just think so cute. So you've got like watch fireworks, which you can't not do in summer in Australia anyway. Do yoga on the beach. That might just be stretch on the beach or lay in the sand, but you get the kind of point to this. So it's really cool, and it all comes on this nice watercolor kind of design paper. Each month has this kind of dashboard kind of look at. So you've got your January on this side with sort of things to do, personal goals, gratitude, etc. And then January comes with this yearly dashboard. So you've got like this year's motto, bucket list items for the whole year, important, and like New Year's resolutions. So that's all there for you. Then you've got a full year's sort of view of everything, which is really good to have at the start of the year. And then you've got your monthly dashboard here at the front. So that's exactly what's going on in this month. So you've also then got your full monthly spread. I love how big these boxes are. They really give you the ability to put in a lot here. This is just as easy to decorate as any of the weekly spreads. And what I've got Steph to do for me, a lot of the months are vertical, and I've done this on purpose because I don't plan vertically. I naturally plan horizontally. So I've gone for the vertical so I can give myself the ability to kind of practice and learn and decide if I actually really like vertical planning, because I might more than I think. So the ones in Whistle and Birch are set up to 3 boxes and then 1 box at the bottom for your to-dos per day. So you've got 7 along the side, you've got your little notes, goals important next week at the top, and then the 3 boxes. So you could do it morning, afternoon, evening. You could do work, home, kids. You could do work, home, YouTube, etc. So you can really customize this to be anything you like. You could have it all decoration. You could have like and this is what I can't wait to do. You could have a full strip along here, which would be absolutely gorgeous, of stickers. So what I thought I'd also do, and I'm not going to stick these in here, but this is just an Oscar and Lou kit. And this one is actually designed for an Erin Condren. I just want to show you. So I'm not actually going to stick this in, but that is the exact right size. So your Erin Condren stickers are going to fit in here absolutely perfectly. And I cannot wait to use one of these gorgeous kits in one like this, because it's obviously what they were designed for. And I use them differently, but that's what they actually were designed for. So these are already pre-dated. They all start on Mondays. I know some people like to start on Sundays. I'm definitely a start on Monday kind of person, so I appreciate that a lot. And then you've got a notes section at the back. And again, you could customize that to be something else if you wanted to. So then you've got your February and your monthly dashboard again, just like at the start. You've got your February and then you've got your month's worth. So what Steph has done for me, we've got February, March. I'm just going to show you all of the gorgeous watercolor headers there. And the tab ones have also got a laminate on the actual tab themselves and along the coils, which is really good for like keeping things in there and everything. So Steph has done, I think it's all the months are vertical up until June. Nothing lasts forever. Dreams change, trends come and go, but friendship never goes out of style. I love when people use Sex and the City quotes. Oh, so I want to show you when they move the bucket list one. So February, March, April and May all have just quotes, and then June has this winter bucket list. So go sail shopping, go ice skating, soak in a bath, visit a winery, those sort of things. I love the bucket list. They really do make me happy. But then when you come to June, Steph's done these every week in here is a different layout. So this one here, this is the study planner. So if you're a student or if you maybe are a teacher or something like that, you could use this one really, really nicely. So this has changed a little bit from last year in that Saturday and Sunday are now the same size as the other days. Last year it wasn't. So obviously things are changing a little bit. We study a little bit differently. We can obviously do things online these days. So making sure you've still got the same amount of room on Saturday and Sunday, I think is a great idea. And then on this side, you've got your notes, your to-dos, and you've got this little bullet journal style little corner there that you could write notes, you could do doodles, so many different possibilities when you have that kind of creativity space to be able to utilize. So then the next week, Steph set up for me as the horizontal. So this is the natural way that I plan, although I don't use lines, but this to me is really, really familiar and really comfortable. So I'm really looking forward to playing with this week. And I am going to do that all through June. I'm going to remember to do that. All through June, I'm going to use this exactly the way it's supposed to be used. And every week, going to do an extra decoration for you. God, look how far in ahead I'm planning my weeks. So this one's the horizontal one. You've got plenty of space to write things down there. And you've got daily to-do lists. And I love that they're all the same size. You've also got a little note section down the bottom as well. So this one is the timed one, and it's got the 7 vertical columns sort of all down the side, plus that little note section down the side as well. And these are split out into hours. So this is really good for like a business planner if you sort of have lots of appointments, especially if you're like a real estate agent or something like that and you sort of needed to be certain places at certain times. This one's great. So it goes from 5 a.m. until 12 a.m., especially if you do like night stuff. You've got the whole of the night there as well by hour, and they're all in 12-hour format, not 24-hour format, which I think is fantastic. You've now got an extra bit. This is a change from last year. So she's made the times a little bit smaller, but then she's allowed extra room at the bottom for some notes. So if you have like an appointment at 1 o'clock and then you wanted to leave some notes down here, you've got room to do that. And then also maybe put another one down there as well. It's a really clever kind of business setup one, which I think is really, really cool and something I'd really like to try decorating. I don't know how we'd decorate that, but I'd love to give it a shot. And then this one is our family one, which is really great. If you've got more than one kid, or even if you've only got one kid, but it's a particularly busy kid, this sort of planning setup is really great. So you've got the 7 columns again. You've got your today, so for things that you might need to remember. So it might be assembly day, it might be grandparents' day, it might be athletics day or something like that. But then you've also got the room here for the 3. So you've got 3 ones there. You could also make this a 4th if you wanted to get rid of dinner. That's part of the customizable thing. So you can put the names in here. So maybe we've got Sandy, Joe, I'm making these up. Sandy, Joe, Denise, and Mark. I don't know where that came from. And you could have what they've got on each day. So Sandy might have piano on Tuesday. So you can just write that in there. And that way you can remember everything that everybody's doing. Such a great way to do it. And it's all presented really easily for you. You've then got the to-dos at the bottom, but if you had more kids, you could obviously chuck this down a little bit further and have this a bit smaller. Really, really clever if you're one of those really busy mums that just, I don't know how you do it. So this would really help me if I was one of those busy mums. And then this last one is the teacher planner layout. So these boxes can be customized. Again, if you wanted 4 or if you only wanted 2, they can be changed up. You've got 5 of the vertical columns there, and then your Saturday and Sunday are a little bit smaller. That's obviously because, like, if it's a teacher planner, it's probably not set up to do that. But still really good to use if maybe you don't do stuff as much on weekends as I do. So this setup would be really cool that way as well. You can obviously customize that, as I said. So you've got the 3 sections there, morning, afternoon, night, or you might have sort of before recess, between lunch and recess, and afterwards. Don't know how teachers think. I'm not a teacher. But I'm sure you guys can look at that and go, I know exactly how I'd use that. You've also got some to-dos down the bottom here on the left, and then some notes sections there on the right. And then at the back of that section, you've also got notes, which could also be customized to be something else. All right, so then after that, Steph's gone back into the vertical layouts just for me. So I'm again going to fly through these just a little bit and just show you all of the tabs to be able to show you the quotes, because they are beautiful. Oh, I love that color. So nice. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but the moments that take our breath away. I love that. And I love when December's got nice quotes. It always makes me think someone's done it just for me. So then at the back here, you've got your perpetual one, which has just got all of the bits and pieces that you can sort of start up with. Your 2021 yearly outlook, your perpetual dashboard, and then your January 2021 all ready to go for 2021. And then back here in the notes section, Steph has set it up for me. So it's got all these different kind of options that you could have. So there's going to be a bunch of different pages here that I'm going to go through and sort of show you. These could be added in at the start or end of any month you like, or they could replace all of these ones. They could replace the dashboards. You can actually do whatever you like with these kind of pages, but she's just chucked them in here so I can have a look. So this first one here is your monthly expenses. So that would be really good to put in, like maybe in sort of here. If you didn't want to have your monthly dashboard and you wanted to have this instead, you could replace that. That would work really well. So you've got your income source, saved, spent, and remainder, your bills and your living expenses, etc., etc. And then the next spread she's got here is the 5mm grid setup. This would be to replace maybe your standard line sheets if you wanted to use this instead. I love graph paper. It makes me really happy. It's so easy to be creative when you've got this much space. And the next spread she's got here is an appointment one. So this would be really good if maybe you have sort of an appointment every single week. You could again move this to the start of your week in here, start of your month, in here, just to be able to keep an idea of where your appointments are. Also really good if you run a business. This one would be great for that. This next one's probably my favorite. This is the bullet journal dot grid style. I love my dot grids. I think they're fantastic. If I was going to set this one up completely for myself, which who knows, maybe in 2021 I can move into one of these properly. I would so love to set up maybe like a bullet grid in this page instead of my monthly setup, which is kind of like the planner I've got now. But I love the idea of dot grids. That would be fantastic. And this next spread's actually really interesting. This is the goal setting spread. So what you could do here is you've got your things at title at the top. You could sort of have like goals for 2020, and then you could have the actual goal in here, and then what you're going to do to sort of achieve that goal. It's such a great idea. Really good to maybe have at the start of your year and then maybe another one mid-year, but such a cool idea. And you could have it as a double page. So you've actually got room for your goals, maybe your husband's or your partner's goals, maybe even kids' goals, like if they wanted to learn how to kick a footy or if they wanted to learn how to play golf or something like that. That would be a really good way to do that. Then got a little note section on this side as well with that little dot grid style, and then the notes and the to-dos. And you got this timetable one. So really good for students or mums with lots of very, very busy kids. You've sort of got like a semester term at the top, your time period, and then your day of the week. So you can really set out your timetable really, really easily. Really cool for uni as well. Like if you wanted to be able to like visually have a look at where all your lectures and shoots are, bits and pieces like that. And then maybe where you've got time to work or wiggle things around so that they fit better. Sometimes looking at something graphically actually helps you organize your time a bit better. And then this last one here, this is your professional development one. So this one would be great for teachers or professionals that were using this as like a business planner. You could have a little bit of like note taking if you did go to like a course or something. You got the date, the presenter, and the topic, and you can take all your notes down there. You've also then got your normal notes section on this side. It's as 2 columns. But I'm sure if you asked really nicely, Steph could make it just as 1 if you wanted to. But I like the idea of having it as 2 separate columns. You put some pretty washi tape down the middle and mwah, so cool. Oops, I told fibs. I thought this note section was the last one, but it's not. There's one more back here. So this is the records section. So this again would be really good for teachers, maybe keeping track of what their kids in their classes, their grades are, bits and pieces like that. Could have, you could keep habit trackers in here if you really wanted to, if you wanted to have that as well. And then you've also got some numbers down the side to maybe keep track of rankings and bits and pieces. So very, very cool. Then at the back here, you've got your sort of little happy planning one, and you've got 2 plastic pockets in here, which are so good for keeping stickers in, because they sort of got that cling to them. They don't slide out as easily, which is really, really cool. There is also another paper version that goes in here. Unfortunately, I accidentally made a mess of it. I was playing with this and I pulled a bit hard. I pulled it out, completely my fault. But that is another cool kind of paper pocket that can sit in here that's really good for keeping notes. You can use washi tape to sort of fix it up, but it is absolutely stunning and I love that one as well. So that is my Whistle and Birch Planner. Like I said, I have massive, massive plans to use this in 2020, so you guys can see me vertically planning a little bit more. I know that's something I don't do very much, so I am going to do my best to do that a little bit more for you in 2020, and yes, I know that feels like a long way away, but I am going to do it. I really adore this planner. It's one that I am not naturally drawn to coils, but this could be something that pulled me over. I love the way this feels. I love the way it carries. It's not too big. To give you a bit of an indication to get my planner in, it's basically the same size. It's not any bigger or smaller than mine. It's not going to take up any more room. If I grabbed my planner bag in here, just again, as a bit of an experiment, it would still fit in my planner bag with no problem whatsoever, which means to me it's no easier, no harder than carrying the one I have. I would probably upgrade the coil. That would be the first thing that I would do, because I know I'd have to have extra room for stickers and bits and pieces. But that would be the only sort of thing I'd do. But I would so love to play with this planner a little bit more. So I'm going to do that in the next couple of months. So if you did want to order one of these ones, you can jump onto Whistle and Birch. You can have a good old chat to Steph and she can customize this to be anything you like. You can also put personalized covers on here. But just remember, it is a customized thing. So everyone is made specifically for you. So there are sort of little bits and pieces. It's not easy to just give you a price. You sort of, once you add everything up, Steph will sort it out for you. So Steph is fantastic, so you will love her. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. Oh, also comes with this really strong cover on the top. I forgot about that. So that sort of helps protect it a little bit more as well. And it does have that on the back too. Like I said, Steph will help you out. She's amazing. Thank you so much, Steph, for letting me have a look at this one. I promise I will use it. I will use it next year. I'm really looking forward to it. But let me know down below what kind of planner you're planning on using in 2020. Can't believe we're at the point that we're starting to set up everything for 2020. It's amazing. Let me know down below, or you can find me on any of my socials. Don't forget to be following me so that if you want to see how I do use this, that you can make sure that you're kept up to date with all of that. Subscribing is the best way to do that. Hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic, fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you again in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!